Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled "Mana Nutrition Fights for Survival." It reports on a nonprofit organization in Georgia that provides therapeutic food for malnourished children. After losing its largest funder, USAID, the organization now faces possible shutdown. With only enough resources to last a few more months, the future of this life-saving mission is in jeopardy. This story raises urgent questions about humanitarian responsibility, funding priorities, and global cooperation. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. Before we examine what happened, it helps to consider a larger theme that gives us context. This will guide how we understand the story that follows. This brings us to today's theme, mission or market. Nonprofit organizations often work in spaces where the market fails, like feeding starving children. Yet even these life-saving efforts depend on donor priorities, political will, and global economics. When funding disappears, organizations must fight to survive, just like businesses. The tension between moral mission and financial vulnerability shapes how these groups operate. Should essential humanitarian work depend on donor cycles and political priorities? Ideally, saving lives should not depend on politics or financial shifts, but in reality, it often does. In the article, Mana Nutrition produces a peanut-based therapeutic food that has saved millions of children. But after USAID reallocated funding, the nonprofit is now at risk of shutting down. This reveals a deeper issue. Humanitarian efforts are not immune to bureaucracy or budget changes. When organizations must compete for grants like startups, their mission becomes vulnerable. It's a paradox. Solving hunger requires stability, yet the systems designed to help are unstable. True impact may depend not only on compassion, but on building durable, independent support models. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with malnourished. It describes someone who is weak or sick due to not getting enough nutrients. In the article, Mana Nutrition creates food designed to help severely malnourished children. Here is an example. The clinic treats hundreds of malnourished babies every month. Next, we have sanitation. It refers to public health conditions related to clean water and proper waste disposal. In the article, the therapeutic food helps children who also suffer from poor sanitation. Here is an example. Improved sanitation has greatly reduced disease in rural areas. Finally, let's look at imminent. It means something bad or serious is about to happen very soon. In the article, the organization faces imminent closure unless funding returns. Here is an example. Officials warned that a food shortage in the region is imminent. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Mana Nutrition, a U.S. nonprofit that produces life-saving therapeutic food for malnourished children, is now fighting for survival. After losing its primary funding from the U.S. Agency for International Development, the organization faces potential closure, putting countless lives at risk in crisis zones around the world. Their story highlights the fragility of humanitarian aid efforts. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is nonprofit. It refers to an organization that operates not to make money, but to serve a public or charitable purpose. The second answer is funding. It refers to financial support provided for a project, organization, or purpose. The third answer is closure. It means the act of shutting something down, especially permanently. The fourth answer is fragility. It refers to the state of being weak, easily broken, or vulnerable to failure. The fifth answer is humanitarian. It refers to actions or efforts intended to help people who are suffering, especially during crises. Great work, everyone! We examined how Mana Nutrition's story highlights the fragile reality behind global food aid efforts. Even life-saving missions can be disrupted when funding is concentrated and unpredictable. Let's end with this question. How can organizations like Mana operate without relying on a single funding source? We'll continue the discussion next time. Until then, stay thoughtful and globally aware.